Aloha. Welcome everyone to our self-care and service practice in the love, peace, and harmony field. My name is Laurie, and I am very excited to be with you today. So we'll be continuing our series. And so today we're going to do our usual check-ins to keep us in balance. And then I thought our focus today would be for training for resilience. And in particular, we're going to do a small, short exercise, reset and reframe. We're also going to do it with the love, peace, and harmony field to really receive the benefits of the field and then talk about some next steps. So let's get started. And so let's just take this time to, if you feel it's comfortable, you can close your eyes. And we're just going to use these monitoring gauges to notice where we are in the moment. And as we notice where we are, we really want to do it without judgment, but really with that kindness and compassion for ourselves. This is just to know where we are. And with this information, can allow us to do what we need to do to get back into balance or to get your needs met. So we look at the gauges of our thoughts, and you can just reflect on the past day or the past week, how your thoughts have been, your emotions, your bodily symptoms and sensations. And for instance, if you do have like a physical condition, has it been more uncomfortable or painful? Actions and behaviors. So you can reflect, how you've been during this past few days. And again, you really want to look at ourselves honestly, but compassionately, without judgment, just noticing. You can give yourself a number from 0 to 10 if you'd like, just to see how you're doing as we start the session. And then you can also note your progress at the end of the session, how these exercises are affecting you. This is one way that you can reinforce and feel more confident in some of the practices and activities that we do, as well as with the love, peace, and harmony field. So just check in. Again, as you're checking in, notice your thoughts too, right? Are you being kind and compassionate, or do automatic negative thoughts come up? And that's okay. Just notice how they are. And today we're going to be continuing the book that the stress prescription book. And as I mentioned, that we wanted to go a bit more in depth. Last week we were talking about, the threat response to challenge response. And this month, for the next 2 sessions, because we'll have 2 sessions this month. Well, I'm counting this one as an extra week for us. And it will be for training for resilience, as we talked about. And it really is about, I guess they're talking about you can train it like a muscle. So Dr. Lisa Epple, which is the author of the stress prescription book, she emphasizes in this chapter, and also last chapter too. So stress itself isn't the problem, right? We learned about that there's some good stressors. So you don't want to have a negative attitude about stress. It can be very helpful for us. But it really is about how quickly and skillfully we can recover that matters. So instead of trying to eliminate stress, the resilience training focuses on shifting our state. So she mentions a lot of different body ways that you can shift it through the body. And I think in one of our sessions way back when, we really talked about some of the ideas she had, like the cold plunge, the sauna, etc., where your body goes through those types of stressors. And also about like interrupting the stress spirals early. So she's talking about interrupting when it's more of the acute stress rather than this chronic long stress, because that when it's chronic and it's long, then our bodies kind of wear down. And we just want to return to our baseline faster. So we talked about our baselines in previous sessions about like the more cognitive load and like the blues and the greens where you have like the rest and restorative space, deep rest space. And we want our baseline to be in that kind of rest level. So you can kind of think about it like there's a stressor occurring that we usually will go through in life, and then awareness about that. And then we practice this reset and then recovery. Okay. And so even 1 to 2 minutes at a time can actually rewire our nervous systems if you practice this over days and weeks. So I'm just going to introduce this to you. So in terms of like that reset and reframe after a stressor, the first thing is that you can just take 60 seconds, and you can do this with me, and then we'll do it in the field to kind of continue to practice it. So it would be the physiological reset. So we can do this now. You can inhale through the nose, count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you can. But at least 2 seconds more than an inhalation. We really notice, and there's research on this. We've talked about this before as well, that at least 2 seconds over, our bodies kind of go through this physiological response that can be help to, calm our system. We can also drop our shoulders. So you can do this now. So if you're not sure if your shoulders are dropped, you can raise them up first and then drop it, right? So you have that something to go by. And then unclench your jaw. And you can also do this like during a work break. So if you notice like massaging here, a lot of times when we're tense, our jaws tighten up. So this is a good place to kind of relax and massage. So these are just certain strategies you can use as well. And so as you mentioned, we can use it during a work break, before a conversation, or when you feel activated. Sometimes in meetings, even if you're just listening and you can feel the tension of the meetings, your body will shift. And that this could be something that you could just like slow down your breathing, drop your shoulders, kind of like massage your jaw, or allowing your body to relax. So doing this for about 60 seconds. So it could be about, 8 to 10 breaths, kind of slowing down. And as you're doing that, kind of allowing your body to relax. Okay? Just notice how that feels just with a little bit. Okay, and we'll do it more. The second step is you can silently say, well, so what we want to do is normalize the situation. And this is where we identify like, okay, this might feel like a stressful situation. This is a stress response. Because remember, stress is not good or bad. I mean, it's how we utilize it and how we allow it to work for us or not work for us. Okay. So you can say, okay, if your body is stiff, okay, my body is trying to protect me, but I can relax. Okay. And this can reduce that threat perception to move you into fight, flight, freeze mode. But it also builds self-compassion, right? So you remembering like, okay, this is just my body trying to protect myself. This is just a stress response. I can relax, right? So identifying it right away can help stop that stress cycle, or the momentum of stress that kind of wears out your body. The third is a tiny reframe. So these are actually like several different practices in one. And we've gone through some, so we're putting some of these together, okay? So you can ask, what is one small thing I can do next? Okay. So it could be action, something that you could pause and react. Again, it could be like the take the breath. It could be reframing the situation if it's like a tense meeting. Okay, let me just relax and listen, and you can kind of move yourself uh, through by just kind of centering yourself and seeing if you can uh, find another way to view it as well. Okay. This one is focusing more on action, something that you can do. Maybe say something in the meeting to calm it, or there's a task for work. So a lot of times when we're overwhelmed and we're stressed and we don't know where to start, it's like, okay, what is one small thing we can do? Okay, maybe make a call. Sometimes you could even take care of yourself, like getting, let me take a nap first, or let me eat first, right? Sometimes when we're in that stress, we don't take care of ourselves and we need that time to calm down. Okay. So we're going to practice it in the love, peace, and harmony field. And most of you here online, live, have been doing this regularly. So wonderful. For those who may be watching the video or first time watching, our love, peace, and harmony field, in this philosophy, we really believe that everything has its own vibratory field, and each of our vibrational fields are connected in the quantum field of the collective. So this is a way that we can serve. If we can kind of calm our systems down, we can actually help others as well around us. When we align with the vibrations of love, peace, and harmony, we can not only uplift our lives, we can support the uplifting of the world. So as we do this together, just think all of us are learning new skills, raising our frequency and vibration, and that in itself is a service. And especially if you go into a place that needs more love, peace, and harmony, wonderful. And so in the love, peace, and harmony field, let's use it today to kind of provide a safe space to retrain ourselves to develop greater resilience. Okay. And many of you may be already doing this, but we can make it a bit more conscious we're doing. So let's have you imagine, if you don't have a stressor that you're going through right now, if you imagine one that maybe every time you think about it, you get stressed. It might be a person, might be a situation that kind of allows your body to get a bit more tense. Okay. So I'm just going to have you think about that if you're not already in one. And now we're just going to have you pause. We create our safe space usually. So this is a skill that we're adding on. We do this every session, right? Create your safe space. Remind yourself that you are safe. You can place one hand on the heart, one hand on your lower abdomen or on your navel. You can also visualize that ball of light in your lower abdomen. So these are things that we've done before. So for those of you who are comfortable, we're just kind of reinforcing these strategies. Okay, these are these that we're practicing. If you're new, just you can focus on today's strategy for now. Okay. So we're going to do our physiological reset. So we're going to just inhale as we're noticing that stress and how it feels in our bodies, like the tension as we think about the person, situation, or something we did. We're just going to feel the field 360 degrees around you, supporting us, okay? So imagine that as you're breathing, you can imagine that you're breathing in this positive message, light, frequencies, and vibrations of the love, peace, and harmony field. So inhale, exhale. You can do 2 seconds longer. You can do it with love, peace, and harmony, but we'll say love, peace, and harmony more quickly, and I'll say it a bit more slowly to get that count, okay? So inhale, love, peace, harmony. Exhale, love, peace, harmony. Good. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, love, peace, harmony. Exhale, love, peace, harmony. Good. And drop your shoulders and unclench your jaw as you are doing this breathing. Or just you can do it now. Drop your jaw down. The massage, even like opening. And you could actually like make it like you're yawning so you can cover your mouth and oh, right. So if you're doing it in public, there's ways that you can unclench your jaw if you're feeling, a bit self-conscious. And now we're going to normalize the stressor. Okay. So you're just going to imagine, notice, okay, it's understandable at this meeting, feels tension. It's understandable that I'm tense, that this is, I can feel stress, right? So we're just kind of acknowledging, identifying, like, okay, this is just my body responding. There's no judgment on it. You can also, you can add that kindness and compassion to yourself. Just letting your body go back into that relaxation. And you can tiny reframe. So we're going to move that energy, that stress energy, and maybe empowerment, right? To take what is one small action I can do. So just kind of notice what comes to mind. Let the quietness and light of the field naturally inspire you. Okay, what is the next step for the situation I'm thinking about? Maybe feeling stressed about a relationship or finances. We're just going to inhale that love, peace, and harmony. Relax the body, the shoulder, the jaw. And feel this light of love, peace, and harmony coming into that area, right? The area of the tension. You can normalize again, experience and just think, okay, what inspired? What is it that I can do? So it might be okay, let me go just start my budget from now, or track my expenses, or maybe I can, get the word out there to, get more revenues coming in, or whatever it is. There might be something that you can do to reframe that situation. Since everyone is in a different situation, the thought may be different, okay? So again, we don't have to compare our thoughts. What we want to do is reframe it a little bit more positively. So it's still believable and our bodies relax. So sometimes if it's really positive that you don't believe it yourself, your body actually will feel like it's alive, right? So you want to think of a tiny reframe in a step that lets your body relax and know that it's doable. Okay? For those of you who may not really have anything, just allow yourself, this is just time in the love, peace, and harmony field to again let your body practice going back to a baseline. Okay, so this is what it is. We naturally will have stressors in our lives. If we acknowledge it, we can use this technique, breathing, normalizing the stressor, tiny reframe. I'm just going to play some music. You won't hear it now, but so you can close your eyes. And feel your body getting into that relaxing state. knowing that anything that happens in your life that may cause, if it causes stress, it's okay. This is an opportunity to reset, to retrain, to help you to develop greater resilience. And we're doing it in a conscious way. So we no longer need to fear if something stressful happens, if something so-called bad happens. It's an opportunity to know that whatever comes up in life, that you have tools that you can get yourself back in balance. And maybe back into this state of more quietness, groundedness, that you can make clearer, more helpful decisions for yourself. And you can channel that into some positive action that moves you forward rather than feeling stuck. So I'm just going to allow you to just have a few moments in the love, peace, and harmony field. Continuing the breathing or whatever part you want to emphasize. So again, for some of you, you may only focus on one step if you like. It could just be the breathing as you imagine breathing in, count of 4, love, peace, and harmony. Exhale, count 6 to 8 if you did a 4-second inhalation. So again, the rule of thumb is about 2 seconds longer exhalation than inhalation to get that physiological response of to calm. So again, so with a stressor, you could just be aware and just reset with the breath. If that comes easily for you, you can also then use your cognitive skills to re-perceive. Again, step 2 would be like just normalizing the situation. Okay, my body is just protecting myself, right, if it tenses up, but I can relax. Or this is just stress that can make me stronger, wiser, more resilient. For me, I like using that phrase because every experience can, again, make us stronger, wiser, more resilient. Nothing is wasted. As we calm down our bodies, using our thoughts to also perceive stress more positively, we can also open our hearts and mind to receive more supportive guidance for ourselves. And you might be able to think, okay, about this situation I have, what can I do? Right? So it moves you from the stressor to some positive action that is helpful. So you can think about, or just let it come to you naturally. What is it that you can do for your situation that you chose? So for me, a situation came that I was thinking about. Again, the thought just came, okay, just trace my calligraphy more that I have for, just like some of you may like to trace the love, peace, and harmony calligraphy. Some may like to just meditate or repeat the words of the song. All is wonderful. Reconnecting with a positive message that our bodies can respond to in positive ways, whether it's relaxing, allowing us to get into a more rest baseline, and we can end by just expressing gratitude. Gratitude, as we know, is also can have positive correlations with quality of life, happiness, health, finances as well. So we can just thank the field, Love, Peace, Harmony field. You can thank if you've called in anyone for you in your safe space to support you. We also thank your own soul, heart, mind, and body for taking this time for your self-care. Learning how to honor ourselves, appreciate ourselves and our efforts, without that judgment, treating ourselves objectively as we would do for anyone else. We can also thank Dr. and Master Jigong Shah, who is the creator of these calligraphies, the founder of the Love, Peace, and Harmony Foundation. And notice how it just feels with that practice, ending with this gratitude. Again, you can check in to see where you are from the start of the session when you were thinking about a stressor. And I'd love to know where you're at, because this was a very short exercise. And a lot of times when it is short, sometimes if we have something a bit more heavier or stressful, things may feel a bit more uncomfortable or heavier or more agitated. You might feel more agitated, so you might feel like, oh, I'm feeling worse. But know that that's part of the process and that you may need just more time to meditate, release that information and the, emotion, and then you might really feel that greater peace coming in. And so if you need more support, we'll let you know where you can go and what you could use. And while I'm doing this, I'd love to get some feedback and comments about the session. You can either unmute at the end or you can write in the chat, right? So just a reminder, this book is from Dr. Alyssa Eppos, stress prescription, 7 days to more joy and ease. In particular, we are on chapter 4, day 4, train for resilience. And they have a lot of other great information there and stories. You can continue your wellness journey. Again, we have a YouTube channel. We have sessions that you can join live on Zoom as well, with our Love, Peace, and Harmony meditations and Tao wellness practice with my mother Annette. Usually it's the first 3 Mondays of the month. It may be just the first Monday in April because we are going to go on a trip to see Dr. Master Shah. So it might just be on that first week. We'll keep you informed. But we do have a lot of sessions, on our playlist. We will have our wellness sessions, free wellness sessions with Tao Calligraphy on Thursdays. I believe most of the Thursdays we will go because just maybe one, because this month has 5 Thursdays. So 1 month we'll take a break, but we'll have it definitely the first three Thursdays. And if you are not feeling well and you want more information or some guidance to move you forward on your wellness journey, stress management journey, please feel free to contact us. And also with your service journey, as well as of self-care, there is a QR code and the website that you can get access to the Love, Peace, and Harmony music that we have. You can share it with others for free. And just a reminder, self-care is service. We increase our self-care to increase the quality of our service. So wonderful. So okay. Oh, and thank you, Brittany. Brittany shared that she has the website on our Zoom chat that you can go to our Satori Family Wellness Center.com. That's our website, and you can look at and register for some of the events that we have going. So you can join live. Many of them are recorded, so you can also see some of the back sessions. Amy said, these practices make me more calm and peaceful. I have been using them when I feel stressed. Thank you, Laurie, for teaching us this wonderful practice and words of advice. Wonderful. I'm so glad that you are benefiting from this, Amy. And yeah, this is a great opportunity, even for me, to train to become more resilient and manage our stress in a healthy way, and to think about stress in a healthy, positive way as well. So thank you so much for sharing. And I love saying my goodbyes to you personally. So first of all, we're going to say goodbye. I wonder if did I press record? I hope I did. But we will say goodbye to the live stream. Okay. And maybe I did not. Did I not record? So anyway, I will. So thank you to Irma, Cara, Amy, Annette, Brittany, and Gregory. Thank you so much for joining regularly. I hope that you find it helpful. Irma mentioned thank you for your unconditional service. Thank you so much for joining. So aloha, everyone. Thank you so much. Take care until next week. Oh, wait. So next week we will have our session on April 6th, and then we'll take a break for the, I'm sorry, not April 6th, but the 7th. And the next few weeks will be off, the 14th and 21st. We might be back on the 28th if I'm back. So I'll keep you informed. So hopefully you can join live with me. But we'll definitely be here next week. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Aloha.